Hello, all of you beautiful, beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in today. This is just a little kind of video that I wanted to present to all of you, and I actually have somebody tuning in with me, so I'm just kind of waiting for this person to arrive. Beautiful. Awesome.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about
Good.
you?
I'm doing really good. I was going to say I'm really happy to be around plants, but I see you have an abundance of plants around you.
Yeah, I thought it was the best place to be right now to do this. So, I just walked to the park and I'm here, enjoying the nature.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's good to get outside. And
Yeah,
interestingly enough, that's what we're going to be talking about today is this planet and us, right?
yeah, totally.
All right. So thank you, Michael, for being here. I don't know if you can see. Sorry, I'm still working with some techie things here. There we
Okay.
go.
Can you hear me
Um,
properly?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yeah.
properly. I feel like the
Okay.
people could hear
That's
you properly too. So
that's
yeah,
great.
so thank you for being here. And if you want to introduce yourself, what your name is, what you do, maybe a little bit about your journey and how you got to where you are and what you're doing, take it away.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Well, my name is Michael Busto. And I've been here like for the last 3 years. I came from Argentina, different background, different language. And the funny thing is that I was born in Canada, but I grew up
Mm.
in Argentina. So I always had that dream to come back to Canada and see what is Canada like and the experience and everything that it holds. So um, after 25 years, I made it. I made it finally. And so now I'm very happy. I'm very happy because this country is amazing and we have the opportunity to do everything right. And I started like any other immigrant from the ground. When I arrived here, I was doing construction, I was working very hard, and but I always wanted to accomplish a little bit more because I
Right.
believed in myself. So I always was looking for something else, something bigger, right? And something with more purpose. So, after some time, um, I became a person that really wants to help others. And I understood that in order to help others, I need to help myself as well, right? So I became a fanatic of self improvement. I love to read books now. I never liked it, to be
Yeah.
honest, but I understood and I experienced the changes in me, right? So I said, there is someone in this planet that is going through the same problems, is going through the same challenges, and now they are in a different situation, right? So they can give you some advice to me, right? In in this form of a book, right? So right now I help families, I help people. That's my mission, that's my purpose right now. I help families, to have a better future when it comes to finances, right? But I always, combine helping others to doing the right thing because you can help someone but not necessarily do the right thing for them, right? So that's very important for me. And I found peace in nature, right? So that's something that I really want to bring because I think we need to have a balance, right? We need to have a balance between our mindset and our body. And so I understood that I needed this, this time to with nature, to heal myself from stress, from different situations that we all are going through, right?
Right.
Different situations, different backgrounds, So that's a little bit about who I am, right? I love
Mhm.
to help people. I have a big purpose. I know where I'm going. I know.
Mhm.
I really believe in myself, and I really love the journey, right? I believe that life
Mhm.
is a journey, and we need to enjoy it. Like I'm enjoying this place right now with my dog.
Oh,
She's
we're so
doing
little.
great,
So
right?
cute.
She's
So
having a great
cute.
she's having a great time because she loves to come to this park, and yeah, so I feel great, you know and thank you to invite me to your program or to your life, whatever you want to call it, because I
Mhm.
think that is very important to connect with great people, to be, or like, I don't know how I can express that, but you know, if you
Human
wanna,
connection.
exactly, human
Yeah.
connection is amazing. You become what you surround with, right? So if you wanna become more like spiritual, you have to surround yourself with that kind of people, that is
Mhm.
seeking those things. So I think it was amazing, and I hope with this conversation we can help someone else to realize, the real things in life,
Mhm.
other than just, technology, and other than just, yourself.
Right. 100%. Always here to expand the consciousness and open up the mind and think about things.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so thank you, Mike. So I guess I just want to start by, first of all, just acknowledging you, saying thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And I really want to add to what you said too about human connection and just about being really, my take of what you had said was about being really present with people,
Mhm.
which I think is very, very powerful. And especially going through a pandemic, I think it's even more important and vital for all of us. Um, so, yeah, so thank you. And yeah, I just wanted to start off by asking what kind of a future do you want to live in? Just in
Wow.
general. Could, yeah, I know it's pretty, I mean, it could go anywhere, but it could be, maybe in terms of finances, maybe in terms of how you want to connect with this planet, how you envision houses and homes, the economy,
Mhm.
anything that you really want to like tackle and kind of like angle in from with your personal life experience, that would be
Okay.
interesting too. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you were talking about, I was thinking what kind of world I want to live on. And
Mhm.
it came to my mind some program that I used to watch when I was a kid. And I don't know what is the name in English, but this program was very thinking about in the future, right? Like
Right.
everyone is like flying in like cars, but
Oh.
flying, and and thinking about that, I don't want to live in a world like that, like full technology. And I don't want to live in a place like that because I don't know, I don't find any meaning in that, right? But
Mhm.
I really imagine a better world, right, where you can be more closer to the nature, and in a place where we can express ourselves better with no discrimination. That would be
Mhm.
really awesome, right? And being able maybe to have our own food, grow our own food, that would be
Mhm.
awesome. That's one of the things that I would love to do. and I'm planning to do it for the next year, something big, something little in my house, so I can connect even more.
Mhm.
And when it comes to my personal goals in the future, I wanna give more, right? I wanna provide for my family, and I wanna provide more. For example, bring water to people that doesn't have that, right?
Mhm.
Bring food for people
Mhm.
that need it, right? So I think if I can improve someone's life, that would be very important for me. And at this point, that's my main focus, right? I'm always trying to help
Mhm.
someone in different paths, right? Not
Mhm.
necessarily just with finances, but trying to give advice and tips and how to, I don't know, how to change, how to understand yourself and your body and things like that. The things that I know,
Mhm.
right? I don't like everything that I share. I learn it from someplace, right? So a book or from someone else, right? So
Yeah.
that's the kind of world that I want to live, a world where we can like connect more and not necessarily
Mhm.
with technology. Technology is awesome, but
Mhm.
always, you have to use it very smart. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, I would love to, I don't know, live around nature, right? More connected
Mhm.
with the earth, and don't lose that, right? Because as the planet is going, through the years, we are losing
Mhm.
some nature, right? And human sometimes it's harming everything. So yeah, I think that's the future that I want to live on for my family, for next generation,
Mhm.
and more connected, more organic, we can say, better
Mm.
quality.
Organic and like human, I guess like human expression or in food
I
or all
think
of
in
the above.
everything. I think in
Yes.
everything. Yeah, more
Yeah.
organic, more natural.
Mhm.
Because nowadays, everything is fake. So,
Mhm.
you know, that is something to worry about, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I
that's my
agree.
idea of the future. I really
Mhm.
want to contribute. I really want to help people, and I know that I'm gonna get there. I really believe in that, and I think that's the most important thing. Believe in
So
yourself
important.
and believe in the journey, right? Where you're going. And that's why I'm sharing that. Now it's like I'm sharing it with the world, right? I always
Mhm.
say that I know where I'm going, I know where I came from. That's important as well.
Mhm.
And so I want to bring people with me, you know,
Mhm.
that's
Well,
amazing.
that sounds
Now,
awesome. What's
yeah, what
that?
is your idea? What is your idea? I know that you are
Um,
really very profound, like more than
Thank
me.
you.
I see that.
We all have our
And
spots. We all
yeah,
have our values. Yeah. Yeah.
so sometimes, because of the language, I could express myself in a better way, but
Mhm.
it's like this is something new for me, and I'm getting used to it. And also to speak in front of a camera and, you know,
Mhm.
everything is new for me. So I think with some time, I'm going to become better and in these feelings, how to express what you really think is important.
Mhm.
I
It's
know that you are
very.
very good with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I was just thinking about this earlier too, and I hope this kind of adds to your question that you asked about the planet. And I think it ties into like some of what you were saying earlier too. It all fits, right?
Okay.
Um, but I was just thinking about, I'm kind of going through this very transformational phase in my life right now, and it's really it's really showing me a lot of different facets, a lot of different areas about who I am and how I want to consciously choose to show up in this world as a person and, um, pass on certain things for the next generation too, I guess I'll say. But I was thinking about, okay, this is why I like speaking so much from personal experience. And this is also why I think I'm so attracted to people who can share their own personal life experiences, is because I recently heard somebody say that we are all experts. You are an expert, you are an expert, the next person is an expert, and it's based on your life experience. And the thing that I find so beautiful about this is that A, it's true, and B, we're so diverse in that. Like, none of us will have the exact same experience, right? And we
Yeah.
see this, like, we even see this in psychology where, if you have siblings, you have, like, say, a brother and a brother, twin siblings, and one sibling chooses a certain direction in life, another sibling chooses different, but they still have the same life experience. They still wake up at the same time. They have the same meal for breakfast. They get out of the house at the same time. But how they internally process things, how they see the world, how they are with their own emotions, that's kind of what creates these different realities, I find.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so I don't know. I always like came to this of, okay, like how do I want to show up? How do I want to speak? Like, I do read like consistently a lot of law of attraction books. I listen to a lot of different, as people would call them, channelers, where they kind of, I guess, relax their body, increase their energy, and meet the energy of another, some people could say spirit. Um, they meet the same frequency so that essentially they're not talking, somebody else is talking through them. So I'm really passionate about that. So I listen to a lot of channelers, just across the board. And so I could come from this angle of speaking based on that and speaking based on like what I've read and speaking based on the program I'm in. I'm in psychology. But what I find most impactful and most accurate is speaking from my heart, speaking from my life experience, because that will always be truthful. And I can only, like for me, I'm never going to really second guess myself when I'm speaking from my heart and when I'm in that direct alignment, that direct flow. Um, I don't know. So I guess like the kind of world that I'd want to live in for people for the future, for all of us, is in total agreement with what you said about being connected to this planet and organically, like us as human beings, all of our emotions, all of our feelings, being real about how we're feeling and creating that safe space for all of us to really connect is really, really important and really sacred, I think, too. And just, yeah, I don't know, just like having a really harmonious way of life and way of living and way of being and just really remembering like who we are and really being okay with it and just knowing that whenever we're able to move from our heart spaces, whenever we're able to move from a place that feels good for us, that is harmony in itself and that is the flow of creation. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
so just like human connection to the animals, to the planet, like it would be nice to have like technology. Maybe we do have technology too, where it's like it's more efficient technology where instead of yeah, I got to research more about this because I'm still learning as I go, but fossil fuels, right? So say instead of fossil fuels, what if we could have technology that it was something different that came out of all of these structures and engines and everything, but whatever was coming out of this, whatever was being outputted from this, actually added value back into the air,
Yeah.
actually added value back into the soil, back into the water streams, right? Like this is kind
Yeah.
of like where my mind's going with it. It's like there has to be a way. There has to be a possibility. Like there's engineers that are working in this field right now, right? But
Yeah, that's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a way of recycling everything to go
Hmm.
to the earth again, right? Kind of.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Say that again.
It's like a way of recycling,
Yeah. Yeah,
kind of.
see, even even with recycling, I don't know. I'm just at this point right now where I'm thinking about, okay, we have a lot of plastic products, for example. When they go into the earth or when they go back into what we're creating, that's good. But I'm thinking about like the products, say like garbage or anything, like when it goes back into the earth, all of those chemicals and little tiny, um, what's the word? Little tiny, I guess, things that make up the whole of the product.
Yeah.
What is that actually going to do to the soil when it seeps in over time? And if you take it a step further, that soil we use for our food, our vegetables, our medicines, our, what we link up with to nourish us, how are those particles going to affect growing our food?
Yeah.
Because we're essentially going to be consuming that too. I
Yeah.
mean, would they even affect it?
Yeah.
That's the
I
whole
think that
thing.
sometimes we don't realize those things because we
Hmm.
think that, you know, these little actions, they don't have any result, right? In the short term, right? But if we think about in long term, yeah, for sure that is gonna happen. Something is gonna happen out of that, you know, about contamination or plastics on the ground and things like that. So I think people really we need to share that, you know, like being
Hmm.
aware of whatever you are doing right now, even if you think that is not doing nothing, right?
Hmm.
It's affecting yourself and the environment, and it's a fact, right? Even if you don't believe that it's creating something positive or negative, something is going to happen, right? So I think we need to be aware of that. Everything, every little action has a
Hmm.
consequence, good or bad, right? So I think that that is one of the things that I've been uh, thinking about it because a lot of people are doing things like in auto mode, you know, autopilot mode
Hmm.
without thinking, right? Just
Say that
because a
last
lot of
part
people
again.
do it.
Can you say that last part again? Like I heard people are doing things out of, did you say out of habit?
Um, in autopilot, in
Oh, on
autopilot.
autopilot. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
like, you know,
Yeah.
because everyone else is doing the same, or
Hmm.
everyone is throwing plastics, you know, or garbage to the floor. And so people is not thinking about, you know, the consequences of that in the long term. Because we know that in the short term, nothing is going to happen, right? Like nothing is going to happen. But I see those things in in the everyday basis without,
Hmm.
and also what you are eating. That's important as well, right? Because you eat
100.
something today that you don't think that nothing is gonna happen to you tomorrow. You're not
Hmm.
gonna die, you're not gonna get sick. It doesn't mean that 20 years later, right, you're gonna be at the same level, same state, right?
Hmm.
So I think awareness is very important.
Mm. That's really interesting that you brought up how we're eating too, because this is something else that was also kind of coming through my expansive Aquarius mind. um, yeah, love to think all the air signs for all the horoscope people out there. Y'all know. um, but yeah, I've been thinking a lot recently too about again, like our food, like our organic produce, but in addition to that, our meat industry, like the hamburgers that are the cows, the bacon
Yeah.
that. are the pigs, right? And really like consciously, kind of like intimidatedly a little bit, if I'm totally honest, looking at that, saying like, okay, like how have I been adding into that way of living? How have I been supporting that? And me taking responsibility for myself has been okay, like I have been buying into this industry and into these products where they cramp a lot of these animals into a tiny, tiny space, make them live like that for however many amount of years, slaughter them, right? This is our food too, that like consciously connecting to that, like it is our food. And it's like these animals get injected with like things and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, like
I
why?
know.
Why am I choosing to buy into that? And like what are the alternatives? So I did go vegetarian for 6 years, but it just wasn't working for me at that time with just I guess like my body and the biology and the everything of it. I ended up having like low iron, like iron deficiency from that and stuff too. So I shifted from that, but now I'm going into this like direction of okay, organic meats. Like I've just been buying organic meats and like
Yeah.
really trying to do research whenever I can about it and really choosing to support um, these specific farms and these people who raise these animals more what's the word, like humanely, like they just allow them the freedom and the space to live
Yeah.
out their lives and they don't cram them into tiny spaces and they don't inject them with anything. It's a natural way of living. And I know this might sound woo woo for some people, but coming as like a Reiki practitioner standpoint and coming as like a personal, like I live this now standpoint, it literally tastes different. I remember one of my friends, yeah, she was telling me, she's like, Carly, have you ever tried organic bacon? And this was before I like started like discovering all this, and I was like, no. Like I didn't even hear about it, so it was just brand new to me. And she's like, you need to try it. She's like, the bacon tastes different. It actually tastes happy. And I was like, yeah, right. Get out of here. And then I tried it and I was like, it's so much more flavorful. It's so much more rich. And like you feel good when you're taking responsibility like that and connecting to
Yeah.
these animals that you're consuming, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
That's true. You know, if you start thinking about what is going on with the industry and the
Mhm,
meat industry and the things that they're doing, to produce more
mhm.
quantity, we shouldn't be eating anything,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I we also as a family started to buying organic meat and
Mhm.
and trying to eat as much organic as we can because
Yeah.
yeah, it tastes different. It tastes more like real. Yeah, more
Yeah, thank
flavor.
you. That's such a
Yeah,
good
it
word.
is. Even with the chicken, you can
Mhm.
feel the difference in the meat before you prepare it. Before, like I used to
Yeah.
do something Argentinian, right? A plate, and so I cooked the chicken, so I noticed the difference, right? Like the non-organic chicken is like more plastic.
Yeah, it's
It's terrible.
weird.
Like and I say, what is this? I don't even know, right? Like,
Yeah,
is this safe or
the stuff we're
so?
putting into our bodies.
Yeah, so I don't know. When you are aware of something, it's
Mhm.
different, right?
It's so
Because
different.
you start pressing attention and then you start like thinking, okay, I'm gonna do that or I'm gonna eat that. No. So yeah, organic I think is the best way.
Hmm.
And even it's a little bit pricey though, right?
Right. Then
Yeah.
you got to get like smart about like how you're living about everything else. Like, in this economy, you
Yep.
know, we do live in a system where we make money and it's like, okay, so where do I want to choose to align myself in my flow of money and this extension of energy that is a part of me, right? So it's like, I remember my last one of my last like jobs that was very clear. I connected to my higher self and spirit and said like the next job I want to get, it's going to be in alignment with who I am and who I'm becoming. And it was a Reiki practitioner at a wellness center, and it's pure it's pure service. Like it's like when I'm doing this, it feels really in alignment, and it feels it's heart centered. Is the best way I can describe it, right? And it's going to be
Congratulations.
different for everybody too. That's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing about it, the diversity and like following everybody's hearts and connecting to emotions and all of it. So good.
Yeah. You're getting
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
Yes. I did want to, I mean, we have maybe like a couple of minutes, about 5 or 10 minutes or so, but I did want to touch base with you because I know, like talking to you before, you're very in this whole world of like self-development and emotions and getting in tune with yourself and really like kind of elevating yourself, I guess, to the next level and integrating all of it. So I
Yes.
wanted to um, ask you if you had maybe any tips for anybody or your take on what self-development is and how to kind of tackle that.
Wow, that's a big topic I love to talk about because, um, I was very, I was very shy,
Mhm.
introverted. I was the kind of person that if I knew you and I see you in the street,
Mhm.
I don't want to talk to you because I'm so shy, right?
Right.
So for me, um, it was very important to identify my why. If I
Mhm.
can give a tip for people, that is not in the position that they want to be, first you need to have a big why, a purpose, right?
Mhm.
You need to find in yourself very deep who you want to be, who you want to become, right?
Mhm.
That's the main thing for me because it's not about who you want um, to have the title, right? Like, I mean, you want to have a title of, um, I don't know, lawyer, a dentist, or
Mhm.
I don't know, anyone, right? But it's not about the title. It's not about what. It's about who you become, right? So having
Mhm.
a big purpose in life and having a big why you're doing this is very
Mhm.
important. And for me, that's the first step, you know? When you are like very comfortable in your life, like
Mhm.
everything seems like so nice, or you're not growing. Let me tell
Mhm.
you that. Like everything
Growing
is like
pains.
is the same, right? Like
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
just stuck. And I felt that in my life. That's why I came to Canada. That's why I came with a purpose, change my three generation, right? That was my
Mhm.
purpose. That is my purpose because um, no one in my family is successful at anything. They are like average, right?
Mhm.
And so when I came here, that was my goal. Be someone else, create something, create more opportunities for people, and
Mhm.
help them, right? Help my family. So
Mhm.
for me, a big tip is to identify your why. And then
Mhm.
when you identify your why and you have a big vision, right?
Mhm.
One of the things that I can suggest is surround yourself with people that push you up.
Yeah.
That's important. Because if you
Yeah.
surround with chickens, you will become a chicken, right? That's fabulous. Um, but if you surround with great people,
Mhm.
guess what? The next great people, or the great next individual are gonna be yourself. You are gonna be the next, right?
Mhm.
And I can say, and the third tip that I can give away is self-discipline.
Mhm.
Self-discipline
Mhm.
is key to achieve anything. In life, you know, it doesn't matter if you are smart, it doesn't matter if you are white, it doesn't matter if you are black, it doesn't matter if I don't know, anything. But if you are disciplined with yourself,
Mhm.
you can achieve anything in the world, right?
Mhm.
So that is my big tips that I can provide like out of my heart and my mind right now.
Mhm.
Have a big why, have a big purpose, have a vision, something positive, something that can change people's life. Second, surround yourself with people that lift you up,
Say
positive.
that again. You were cutting out a little bit. The second is to.
Um, Surround yourself with
Mhm.
people that will push you up,
Mhm.
motivated people, positive people, people
Mhm.
going somewhere in life. And
Right.
the third one, self-discipline. Yeah,
Mhm.
self-discipline.
And you're saying basically with wherever you come from that anybody can achieve this.
Exactly. If I
Beautiful.
can do something, if I can came to Canada, I can learn English, I can become
Mhm.
an entrepreneur, I can have different streams of income, right?
Mhm.
I can communicate, and I
You're
can do.
sorry, Mike, you're cutting out a little bit again.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
maybe
that's better, yeah.
okay, maybe it's the internet. So the thing is, everyone
Mhm.
can do anything,
Mhm.
right? Anyone can do it. If I did it, if I came here, if I learn a new language, if I left my family, anyone can do it if you
Mhm.
want, right?
Right.
If you have that desire inside of you.
Mhm. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing and thank you so much for being here. Yeah, thanks for the conversation. It was a really good, hearty, quality conversation. I feel like I've
Yeah, no
got even
problem.
more to think about.
Yeah, no problem. It's for me, it's very nice, to have these kind of conversations with great
Mhm.
people, like-minded people, because that's the people that I want to be surrounded with, right? Because I want
Yeah,
to grow. Because in my mindset, uh, I want more, right? I want to be in a better place. So I have to keep moving and keep growing and keep improving.
right.
And you are one of these persons that I feel like you really know who you are and where you
Mhm.
came from, and I really think that you are very authentic and that you are doing great things. So it's a pleasure for me to be here talking to you and sharing my message. And
Mhm.
I think that if I did it, anyone can do it, and you must do it, right? So
Yes,
thank you again.
100%.
Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you
Michael, I
again.
don't want to take up too much of your time today, but thank you so much for being here. And yes, um, if anybody wants to see more of Mike, can follow you, right? Is that
Thank
okay?
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I would love to help or have a conversation with anyone. Yeah.
yes. Michael Busto, all the
Yes.
socials. All right. Well,
Before,
yes, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have just a really incredible day wherever you are doing whatever you're doing.
okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wish the same things for you.
Thank
And
you.
before I go, I want to show you this little
Yeah.
beauty. She's waiting for me. You know?
She's so cute.
Yeah. She's
How
like,
can
okay.
you not love?
So
So good.
I wanna
Thank
show you
you.
that. And yeah. So have a great day, and everyone have a great day. Um, love you all, and
Mhm.
probably we'll see you in another video, right? Another live.
Yes. Another time and space. Okay. Have fun.
Bye guys.
See
Bye.
you.